This vehicle is leaving the station. Please hold on. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.
Coming to you from the great American Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia, this is the No Wheat Geek videocast on YouTube, and welcome. If you are brand new to my brand new channel, I think this is video number 9. I could certainly use your help. If you enjoy this content, do consider subscribing, turning on notifications, and giving me a thumbs up. It does help me in my endless battle with YouTube algorithms. It really does. I've got a few topics before we jump into the weekend, one being one of my favorites, toys. Why? Because I'm an overgrown man boy. Anyway, Hasbro released what they call PulsCon. Now, what is PulsCon, you may be asking yourself? Well, that's why I'm here. PulsCon is basically their version of Comic-Con. They're doing it online because of the thing that's out there that people are catching. So everything's gone virtual, and Hasbro's convention is no different. This actually ends up being a real plus for fans because people actually stand a chance of getting them on their website called Hasbro Pulse. Why? We all have pulses, I guess. I don't know. Let's move on to what the news actually is. So these things are all up for pre-order, and I'll jump into a few of them that excite me personally. If there's things that you'd like to see in future videos, please leave a comment. I'm happy to cover it. Marvel has Marvel's Kang and Falcon. That's cool. Some Star Wars vintage figures. Now they also have some new Black Series figures. This is Star Wars The Black Series, the Armorer from Star Wars The Mandalorian. Now this is Mando's boss lady. Listen, no disrespect toward women or female bosses, but you can't have a TV show or movie in 2020 without the boss being Lady Boss. That's cool. Let's keep moving on. So Star Wars The Black Series, the Armorer. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. That just means you have to go to this website to get it, and she is a beauty. Now, I don't understand. I guess in the show, she had hair coming out of the helmet. I don't remember that, but I could be just very wrong. To me, if you're in a fight with her, you just hair pull? No, she'd just slice your hands right off. She comes in this cool deluxe box. The price is $29.99. It's sold out at the time that I'm showing you this, as you can see on the screen. That doesn't mean that additional inventory won't be available as this figure gets closer to release, which is scheduled for October the 14th. Here she is in some dynamic poses, and this is really good looking. Really freaking cool. So that again is coming out in October. We also have some more vintage collection prequel trilogy. We have the Battle Droid, Queen Amidala. That's a good looking figure. I don't collect the vintage collection. That's the smaller 3.75-inch figure, but look at the detail. Let's get a better shot. That is awesome. Very, very cool. For those that are collecting the vintage collection, congratulations. Great figure. She's available now for pre-order for $12.99. The only figure, to my knowledge, that was introduced from the sequel trilogy, because it was garbage, is something that is actually kind of interesting to me. This is the Star Wars The Black Series Rey, the Dark Side Vision. So if you saw the movie, and to be fair, many of you did, this figure was a vision that Rey had. It was sort of a what could happen if you go to the dark side. She comes packing with this dual hinge lightsaber. It was actually one of the cooler moments of the film. Now, the figure sold out. I did not bite on this. I just feel like kind of the same rant I gave in my last video on Doctor Who figures is I don't want to support the franchise if it's going in directions that I personally don't believe in. To me, it's sort of the equivalent of voting with my wallet. So there's that. That's just me. You guys do what you want to do. But I do think that she looks cool. And this, again, says that it's sold out. Does that mean that it's ever going to be available again? I'm here to tell you it probably will be. I think a lot of people pre-order these figures because they have some time to think about it, and they get that excitement, that rush, that, oh my gosh, if I don't do this, I'm going to loop, click, and it's done. It's in your cart. You bought it. In this case, it comes out February 1st, 2021. So again, you may have some time if this is something that interests you. Now, the main event for me, this is a pre-order that is also unfortunately sold out. This comes out June 1st, 2021. This is Star Wars The Black Series Boba Fett. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Self, this is something that's come out many times, and why do I need to buy this again? Oh no, you would be wrong, because this is an all-new tooling of Boba Fett. And if you really look at the detail on this figure, you can tell right off it's a different mold, it's got different paint detail, and this thing looks incredible. Now, the original Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett was from The Empire Strikes Back. This one is from Return of the Jedi, and there are seemingly a lot of color improvements. Changes to the mold itself. That sleeve almost looks like it's fabric, and it's not. It's plastic. This is also a deluxe set, so you get some extra weapons packed in with it. Look at that. That looks good. You also get this flame accessory. To me, that looks kind of fake. I'm not really a big fan of that per se, but I appreciate the fact that it's in there. Looks like he's got his weapon sliced in half by a saber, another exact copy of the same thing. Comlink, I think that is, and then the flame accessory. This figure is going to be great. I can't wait. Again, this comes out June 1st. Keep checking the Hasbro Pulse website to see if any more of these pop up, and grab yourself one. Now, again, I'm trying to vote with my wallet, and that's why I have absolutely no choice but to purchase the 6-inch for the first time in the Black Series 6-inch line. It is Misa Jar Jar Binks. Now, I personally feel like Jar Jar Binks single-handedly ruined the Phantom Menace. That's my opinion. You can have your own, but this character, for me, ruined the entire movie. So why on earth would I take out my wallet and purchase this figure? Because it's a big ol' FU to the sequel trilogy, and I want them to understand that I'm even willing to pay for Jar Jar Binks ahead of things from the sequel trilogy. Now, you may also be saying to yourself, Self, they're still getting your money. Yeah, I know, but I really want this figure, so it's just going to have to be. Taking a look at different pictures, again, this is another deluxe figure. He comes with his shield and the blue ball thing. I forgot what that's even called, but he whips that ball of energy out. That's kind of cool. He's got a spear. So yeah, there's Jar Jar Binks in the Black Series. This comes out March 1st, 2021. Be on the lookout for this. I don't think that this is a Pulse exclusive, so these may end up hitting retail. But again, just if this is something you want, just look out for it. Then we've got some Black Series Clone Troopers. I think this is using the new mold as well, which at least one new Clone Trooper. Not really that excited for that, even with the new body molding. This Black Series Incinerator Trooper is kind of cool because it's different. This comes from The Mandalorian. There was that awesome scene, one of the best scenes of the TV show, where he just starts flaming up the place, and it's just really freaking cool. Now, in this case, again, I thought the flame effect was kind of silly on the Boba Fett figure. On this, I think it makes sense. It's cool. I like it. So there is the Black Series Incinerator Trooper. So a lot going on with Star Wars. They also have a brand new HasLab Vintage Collection Razor Crest. This is also from The Mandalorian, and this needs backing. So they need 6,000 backers in order to commit to making this item. It's expensive. It's $350. Maybe that's something that you want. Maybe, hey, that's cool. I'm not spending $350 on it, but that's me. Pretty good sign considering that this thing's only been announced for, what, half a day at the time that I'm recording this video, and they already have 3,500 backers. Target 6,000. They have 45 days to get it. Pretty sure that it's going to happen. And it does look cool. As we click through some of these photos, you'll see what I mean. This is just intricately detailed. Now, I believe that these are just pre-production shots. This thing hasn't been made yet. I think what you're going to get is full color. But the detail is insane. I mean, it's right out of the TV show. But that's his ship. There's lots of parts to this thing, as you can see, that make up the unit. It's not a puzzle. I mean, you buy the ship, but it just goes to show you how this thing is so intricately made that it seems as if it's scaled from an actual spaceship. So good stuff. If this gets backed, this will be shipping around fall 2021. So next fall, about a year from now, and they take your money and they use it and put it towards further development and building. What they also tend to do is during backing campaigns, when they get above the 6,000, then they'll start adding new perks. Hey, we're going to throw in this. We're going to throw in that. Cool. If that's something that you're into, then go for it. On to some movie news that really kind of excites me. Whoa now. This comes from Bounding into Comics by John F. Trent. A new rumor claims that M.A.S.K, that's the Mobile Armored Strike Command, will be appearing in a live-action film alongside G.I. Joe and Transformers, together in a movie. I said together in one movie. The nostalgia part of my brain just exploded, so I might have to be back after a quick medical visit. Now, M.A.S.K, the Mobile Armored Strike Command, was a toy line, I believe a comic. These are toys that I collected in the 80s personally, and these were some of the favorite toys that I had. Let's read some of this scoop. The rumor comes from Scooper Mikey Sutton at Geekosity Mag. He explains, quote, G.I. Joe and the Transformers won't be the only 80s animated properties appearing in developing live-action film scooped here on September 5th. According to the same sources, M.A.S.K is being discussed to make their live-action debut in the movie. So they might be a small part of the movie, if anything, but that would carry it, if popular enough, onto perhaps its own feature film. So we'll see. Sutton had previously scooped earlier this month that Paramount had begun to develop a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover film. One crossover that's been in limbo for years is crawling back to life, G.I. Joe and the Transformers. He added, quote, discussions for a live-action version, not necessarily a direct adaptation of the comic book, haven't led to the movie being greenlit, but that will change real soon. Sutton does indicate that this possible film is dependent, quote, on how successful the Snake Eyes movie will be. He concluded if it clicks, there will be more than meets the eye in their immediate future. Hasbro still has dreams of weaving together its properties into a single cohesive cinematic universe, and they would love for the Power Rangers to be a significant part of it. He also said that this would take place in the post-Bumblebee vision. So what do you think? Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, M.A.S.K, all sharing the same universe? Sort of like Marvel with their own spin-off movies and they all come together for Avengers-type super films? Are you into this? I'll be there, voting with my wallet, and I'm giving them my money. And finally, I have some news on Zack Snyder's Justice League. This comes from Slash Film by Ethan Anderton. Quote, Zack Snyder's Justice League reshoots will reportedly cost around $70 million. That's right, reshoots, $70 million to complete the Snyder Cut. We'll go on to the article. Quote, even though Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League wasn't supposed to undergo any reshoots with the film's primary superhero cast, yesterday brought the news that the director was going to round up some of the stars to shoot all new footage after all. Though originally the director's cut of the DC Comics superhero ensemble was reported to only cost around $20 to $30 million, with the majority of that involving new visual effects, a new report indicates that the reshoots have raised the budget to around $70 million. Yikes. It goes on to compare that the theatrical recut, because Zack Snyder got taken off the project, we'll talk about that maybe another time, but they spent $25 million to do those reshoots and they reshot almost 100% of the film. It's now costing reportedly $70 million for Zack Snyder to release his vision. That's a lot of money, and that shows you that Warner HBO, they have a lot of faith in the Snyder Cut of this film. I like this last bit. The good news is that any new scenes with Henry Cavill as Superman probably won't look as goofy as the reshoots done for the theatrical cut of Justice League, because Cavill had a mustache grown for Mission Impossible that famously couldn't be shaved off because he was filming that movie and needed the mustache. So that instead of putting a fake mustache on Mission Impossible, they digitally removed it on the scenes for Justice League, and it just looked stupid. How stupid, you may ask? This stupid. Oh, it was so bad. This doesn't even do it justice. The fully in motion part of the digitally enhanced removal of the mustache was god awful. And I love this headline as well. That's absolutely perfect. So that's all the news I have for this episode of the No Wheat Geek. Again, thank you so much. Brand new channel, your subscription means everything. Your views mean everything. And let's go on this journey together. You, me, let's do this. If you wouldn't mind, spread the word, tell your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. You get the whole drill. I appreciate it so much. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you back here again real soon.
This vehicle is leaving the station. Please hold on. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.